welcome everyone, and before I start I would like to acknowledge the country that we're all meeting on, and the elders past, present and emerging as the traditional custodians of unceded territories, where we all work, live and play, remembering that it always was and always will be Aboriginal land. So welcome everyone to this Zoom webinar. We have a range of fantastic speakers, excuse me, this afternoon in the series of our community impact and engagement lectures or outreach events or webinars in this case. And I especially would like to thank Megan Pedler, who has and will continue to organise such events of making research relevant to the classroom. It's a very important agenda in terms of our impact and our engagement with industry. In this case, our industry is the education industry, early childhood settings and higher education, primary and secondary, as well as a range of other post-secondary educational options. We're living in times of educational disruption, and one of the things that we have designed in our mission statement going into these times of contemporary crisis is that it's the role of us as public intellectuals to disrupt dominant educational discourses that perhaps haven't served us as well as they could. And certainly as we move forward to an unknown future, and that sounds like a bit of a catch cry, an unknown future, but it really is becoming very apparent given the events of the past 6 months in this country and globally, that we are certainly in disruptive times in education and the world and community more wholly and globally. So it is, I think it's inherent on all educators to not only be responsive to such changes and disruptions, but also to ensure that we are educating a generation well equipped to deal with these sorts of problems and much more. As the recent months in public and private education, from birth to post-secondary options and beyond, we've seen a range of excellent and very responsive approaches to transforming education into online environments, literally on the spin of a weekend, which I know that teachers have been doing as they've always done, working above and beyond their workload during the week, and being able to do it and do it very, very successfully, having their students in the forefront of their minds as they try to repackage education into an online platform that probably doesn't have parity with the excellent work that's going on in classrooms, but was an unbelievable effort that was unpaid and unprecedented, particularly in this country. So in that note, I would like to introduce the three different speaking presentations that we have today, a range of fabulous speakers and creativities across different cohort groups and different discipline areas. First of all, Dr. Wendy Boyd will be leading the first talk on perspectives of early childhood graduates. And Wendy has been working long and hard in the field of early childhood education for decades, but I won't say how long because I don't want to be revealing perhaps Wendy's age. I'll leave that to her to tell you about her experience with her team. Secondly, Lexi Lazcsik, who's an expert in technologies and online learning, will be presenting on online learning design, which of course is ever relevant in this particular epoch, as you all in our educational partners and audience would understand. And Lisa is an absolute expert in this area. So she will have some fabulous insights and information for all of us. After that, our PhD candidate, Katie Hotko, and she's also the chair of the Postgraduate Association at Southern Cross University, we'll give you some ideas of top 5 tips for fostering creative visual arts processes in the classroom and out of the classroom. Katie is actually one of my PhD students who's an outstanding educator and artist educator who's very close to submission very shortly. So I'm going to hand back over to Wendy to chair this afternoon, sorry, I beg your pardon, over to Megan to chair this afternoon and to introduce all of the particular speakers. And I want to thank you on behalf of the Dean, Amy Cutter-Mackenzie-Knowles, who unfortunately can't make it this afternoon due to her clashing commitments, as I'm sure you would all understand in these very challenging times. But she passes on her best wishes for everyone and hopes that we have a wonderful afternoon of making research relevant to the classroom. Thanks, Megan.
Thank you so much, Lexi. Now, often when presenters, when attendees do come to these events, we do get asked questions about research. It's often the teachers who are interested in research and how that can impact their own classroom practice that come along. So I just wanted to point out an opportunity at Southern Cross, which is our Doctor of Education. You can go online, you can just Google SCU Doctor of Education. It's a fee-free course, and if you've got quite a few years of teaching under your belt, and obviously you're a qualified teacher, it might be something you're interested in. If you've had that idea in the back of your head, you'd like to do something more. I was a classroom teacher myself for 10 years and in a high school, and I got to that point where I thought I can do more with this. So there's the opportunity with the Doctor of Education, or equivalently our Master of Education, which is offered online. So they're just opportunities there if you're thinking that you want to take your educational knowledge experience a step further. But for any teachers attending, and also our staff as well, I know we've got a number of academics who are here right now as well. We've got a number of societies that we run that are for specific cohorts of our pre-service teachers. So secondary teachers, primary teachers, early childhood, and design and technology education. And for anyone here now or watching the recording later on, there's also a School of Education high degree research society. So honours, masters, PhD, Doctor of Education. So we're really trying to create support networks and a community within our school to support our students and our high degree research candidates. So we'd love any teachers or educators, principals, to be a part of them as well and to contribute to those societies with your experience and knowledge. So I'll finish with saying thank you so much for coming along. Thank you for listening to this recording. If that's later on, we are planning our next event for July. Information will be available on the School of Education Facebook page, and we'll make sure we promote it in all our local schools again soon. So thank you so much for coming along.